You're already rich, you just don't know it yet, Bob Proctor. Have you ever stopped to think that maybe, just maybe, you're already rich, but you're not aware of it yet? Most people spend their entire lives waiting for money to arrive, waiting for luck to change, waiting for the so-called perfect opportunity. But what no one tells you is that wealth is not something you achieve out there. Wealth is something you awaken within. That's why Bob Proctor said so clearly, you were born with everything you need to be prosperous, you just need to access it. But the problem is that you've been conditioned to think small, to be content, to work too hard and dream too little. Since you were a child, you've been taught to think like a poor person, and now your mind believes that success is distant, inaccessible, reserved for the few. But what if I told you that everything you want already exists, and is just waiting for you to become the right person to receive it? Do you believe that you were born to have more? That there's something inside you that hasn't been activated yet? Write in the comments now, I am expanding wealth, just so you can signal to your subconscious that you are waking up. The truth is this, you do not attract what you desire. You attract what you are. This is the law of vibration. As long as you feel scarce, insecure, frustrated, guilty or limited, even without wanting to, you'll be repelling exactly what you want to attract the most. Your energy speaks louder than your words. Your feelings speak louder than your actions. And that is why so many people work hard and still remain stuck in the same place. Because they still think and feel like poor people, even when they already know intellectually that they want to be rich. Bob Proctor called this the hidden paradigm, the set of deep-rooted beliefs that controls 95% of your life, without you realizing it. The question is, are you ready to break this pattern now? If this content is already opening your mind, click the like button to show YouTube that this video is worth sharing with more people like you. Breaking the hidden paradigm. Imagine this, your mind is like an iceberg. The conscious part, the one that thinks, chooses, and reasons, is just the visible tip. But down there, way below the surface, is the subconscious which carries all your paradigms. And it is the one that controls most of your decisions, reactions, and results. Bob Proctor repeated this as a mantra. You can't change your life with willpower. You can only change it by changing your paradigm. But what does this mean in practice? It means that it's not enough to say that you want to be rich. It's not enough to study about prosperity or listen to affirmations on YouTube. If deep down you still see yourself as limited, in debt, inferior, or afraid of making a lot of money, then it's this hidden program that will continue to dominate your reality. You will only attract what your subconscious believes you deserve to have. Pause and think, what is the first thought that comes to mind when you hear the word money? Fear? Guilt? Desire? Happiness? Leave a comment with one word, money is, and fill it in honestly. This will reveal much more than you can imagine. Bob Proctor used to use a powerful example. Think of someone who wins the lottery and in a few months, loses everything. Why? Because money has changed, but the paradigm has remained the same. The mind was still programmed for scarcity. This happens because the subconscious always seeks to return to what is familiar. In other words, it sabotages everything that seems too big for who you believe you are. And here is the key, until you change the image you have of yourself, you will never maintain the results you want. So the question is, how can you change this internal image? How can you transform your financial identity definitively? This is what we will start to do in the next block. I will show you exactly what Bob Proctor taught about visualization, feeling, and repetition, the three pillars of reprogramming the subconscious mind. The tripod of reprogramming, visualization, emotion, and repetition. True change does not happen from the outside in. It begins in the invisible, in what you see when you close your eyes. Bob Proctor taught that visualization is the act of seeing with a mind's eye, and that the brain does not distinguish what is real from what is imagined with emotion and frequency. When you visualize clearly, repeat with conviction, and feel with intensity, your subconscious understands that this is your new reality. And that is where the magic begins. But be careful, visualization is not daydreaming, nor creating vague and distant desires. Visualization is assuming internally, with certainty, that what you desire is already yours. It is occupying the position. It is wearing the identity. It is walking with the confidence of someone who has already received. Because this is what shapes your vibrational field, and it is this field that attracts. Close your eyes for a second now and imagine, what would your life be like with $50,000 in the account? How would you feel when you woke up? What would change in your behavior? If you want, right here, I would feel, and complete it. You will start to activate this feeling. Bob said, you need to see yourself living the result, and not just wishing for it. That is why the practice of visualization needs to be charged with emotion. Feeling is the fuel. Without it, the mental image is weak, empty, without vibration. But with emotion, with joy, gratitude, certainty, you start to send a clear signal to the universe and mainly to your subconscious. Daily repetition reinforces this new pattern until it becomes automatic. And that is how a new paradigm is born. You stop acting like someone who wants to be rich, and start acting, thinking, reacting, and moving like someone who is already prosperous. And here is the detail most ignored by those who try to apply the law of attraction. Without changing your identity, no technique works. In the next block, I will guide you through a guided exercise, simple, practical, and powerful, so that you can start installing the new paradigm of wealth today. Guided exercise, visualization of inner wealth. Now, take a deep breath. Exhale slowly. Close your eyes for a few seconds and just listen to my voice. Imagine yourself waking up to a new day, to a new life. You are at peace. You feel a relief in your chest, as if everything is finally in the right place. When you open your eyes, you look around and realize you are living exactly as you always wanted. You live in a beautiful, light, organized environment, with an energy of abundance. You feel grateful, strong, confident. When you pick up your cell phone, you see your bank account with a positive balance. Very positive. Money is no longer a concern. It flows. It arrives. It circulates. And most importantly, it stays. And do you know why? Because now you have become the person who knows how to maintain, how to expand, how to attract. You think like a rich person. You feel like a rich person. You act like a rich person. Repeat after me quietly or just mentally. I am wealth. I am worthy. I am prosperous now. Once again. I am wealth. I am worthy. I am prosperous now. Feel these words. Let them sink in. Let them replace thoughts of doubt and limitation. Now imagine yourself making decisions with ease. You walk into stores and don't think how much does it cost, but rather does this fit with my prosperous lifestyle? You help your family. You invest wisely. You live with purpose. People around you begin to notice something different about you. Your posture has changed. Your voice exudes confidence. Your eyes shine with clarity. And you don't even have to say anything. Your energy speaks before you open your mouth. Because now you know, true wealth is not what you have. It's who you have become. And the more you feel this way, the more you see it manifesting. This is the new frequency of your life. This is the new paradigm that is beginning to take hold in your mind right now. If this exercise made you feel something different, comment below, I am already prosperous. And save this video to repeat this exercise every morning. The 3 mistakes that sabotage your inner wealth. Many people listen to these messages, feel hopeful, practice for a few days, and still don't see the results they want. This happens because, without realizing it, they continue to make subtle but destructive mistakes, which Bob Proctor often warned about. And the first mistake is to doubt after practicing. You do your visualization in the morning, affirm that you are already prosperous, but in the afternoon, you start looking at your bank statement and say it won't work, it's difficult, there's no way. This internal conflict is fatal, because the subconscious doesn't respond to what you want, it responds to what you feel as truth. And when you feel doubt, fear, or scarcity, it understands, this is the reality I must maintain. You need emotional consistency. Your vibration needs to be coherent with the image you want to manifest. Comment now, I cancel doubt and activate certainty, just to leave it engraved in your mind and in the universe that you will no longer live in energetic contradiction. The second mistake is expecting immediate results as if it were magic. Visualization is powerful, but it is not a magic wand. Bob Proctor said, manifestation is not magic. It is a science. And like all science, it requires repetition, consistency, and patience. When you plant a seed, you do not dig the soil every day to see if it has sprouted. You water it, trust it, protect it, and wait. In the same way, the new image you are installing needs time to grow, to replace the old pattern. And this time is sacred. Those who try to rush the process sabotage themselves with anxiety. And anxiety is a lack of faith. The third mistake, perhaps the most dangerous, is comparing yourself to others. You look at someone who already has money, who has already achieved, who already shines, and you feel inferior. You forget that each mind is a universe, that each journey is unique. Bob Proctor said, "The only person you should compare yourself to is who you were yesterday." Every time you compare yourself, you generate resentment, envy, and internal resistance. And the energy of comparison kills gratitude, and without gratitude, there is no prosperity. Now that you know what not to do, in the next section I will show you what Bob Proctor recommended as a 10-minute daily ritual to completely change the frequency of your life. The Millionaire Mind Morning Ritual. Bob Proctor always said, "How you start your day determines how you live your life." And he taught a simple but transformative ritual that can be done by anyone, anywhere, every day, in less than 10 minutes. It doesn't require technique, money, or experience. It just requires decision and consistency. This ritual begins with a single word: gratitude. When you wake up, before even picking up your cell phone, you should put your hand on your heart and say, "Thank you. Thank you for who I am, for where I am, and for everything that is coming." This simple phrase, said with true emotion, changes your vibration immediately. Gratitude is the highest frequency there is. It activates the magnetism of the mind. When you are grateful for what you already have and what you are yet to receive, the universe understands. This person is ready to receive more. Will you take this test with me tomorrow morning? If so, right here, I wake up and give thanks. This will seal your commitment to the new mindset. After that, Bob recommended looking at a written goal, a clear statement of who you want to become. It could be something like, "I am a wealth magnet. Money comes to me easily, steadily, and increasingly." Read this out loud 3 times, with conviction, with presence, with your eyes closed, visualizing this reality already happening. And here comes the final part of the ritual: act as if it were already real. In other words, get up and go to your tasks with the posture, focus, and mindset of someone who is already living this new reality. You don't wait for the money to arrive to feel rich. You feel rich, and then the money arrives. This is the inversion that changes everything. Bob Proctor said, "It's not what you do once in a while that changes your life. It's what you do every day." This ritual is simple, but if you do it every day, it completely reprograms your paradigms. In the next part, I'll reveal the invisible signs that your frequency is starting to shift, and what happens in the world around you when your subconscious begins to accept your new identity. Signs of internal change and external manifestation. You've already started practicing the ritual, visualizing, and feeling the wealth within you. But now you may be asking yourself, is this really working? How do I know the change is happening? Bob Proctor said that transforming the mind is a subtle process, but it leaves clear signs, both internal and external. The first internal sign is a change in your emotional state. You notice that moments of anxiety and fear begin to diminish, and a confident calm begins to take their place. It's not that the problems have disappeared, they're still there, but you begin to react differently, with more clarity and security. This is the power of the new paradigm installed in your mind. Write down, "I choose calm and confidence to fix this new frequency in you." The second sign is synchronicity, seemingly coincidental events that begin to happen. You meet people who help you, you receive a message at the right time, a door opens when you least expect it. These are signs from the universe aligning everything for you, because your vibration is already in tune with what you desire. Bob Proctor reinforced that the law of attraction is not magic, but applied science, and the science of synchronicity is a real and measurable phenomenon. Finally, the third sign is the natural and automatic actions that begin to emerge. You feel like studying more, taking better care of your money, creating projects, investing in yourself. These attitudes are not forced, they are a consequence of the change in your identity. You don't need to force yourself to do them, it's as if your new mind is already working, pushing you towards prosperity. And when you start to notice these signs, know that the next step is fundamental, keeping this frequency high daily so that the manifestation happens continuously and increasingly. In the next block, we will talk exactly about this, how to maintain focus and vibration at the right level so that you never go back. Maintaining the frequency of wealth every day. The true key to success is not just achieving a momentary change, but keeping that frequency consistently high. Bob Proctor taught that the mind is like a garden. If you plant flowers every day, you will reap a field of flowers. But if you leave the garden neglected, weeds will take over. Therefore, it is essential that you create habits that strengthen your prosperous mindset and prevent old paradigms from taking over again. One of the most powerful strategies is controlling your internal dialogue. Every time you notice a negative, doubtful, or limiting thought, stop immediately and replace it with a positive and vibrant affirmation. Try it with me now. Whenever you think I can't, replace it with I can and I will. Write it in the comments. I replace no with yes. Another technique is daily exposure to inspiring content, books, videos, podcasts, that reinforce the mindset of success. Bob Proctor said that the mental environment you cultivate determines your destiny. If you feed on fear, doubt, and scarcity, your vibrational field weakens. If you feed on hope, faith, and abundance, your mind strengthens and attracts more of the same. It is also vital that you set aside time to practice gratitude throughout the day, not just in the morning, but whenever you remember. Gratitude activates the brain's reward system and keeps your vibration high. In addition, gratitude helps you see opportunities where you previously only saw problems. And finally, keep your body in balance. Take care of your diet, sleep, and physical activity. A millionaire mind needs a healthy body to function at its maximum potential. Remember, every small step counts. Consistency is what will ensure that you stay on the path to prosperity, even when challenges arise. The secret is daily discipline. Dealing with doubts and internal resistance. During your journey of change, it is absolutely natural for doubts, fears, and internal resistance to arise. Bob Proctor always said that the mind fights to maintain the status quo, because the familiar, even if limiting, seems safer than the new and uncertain. These internal voices can manifest as thoughts such as, "Do I deserve this? What if I fail? This is not for me." The secret to winning this battle is not to ignore these voices, but to recognize them and consciously choose not to give them power. A powerful technique that Proctor taught is to dialogue with doubt, understanding its origin, often traumas, old beliefs, and then redirecting your attention to what really matters, your vision and your goals. If you have ever felt this internal doubt pulling you back, comment here, "I choose faith and trust." This simple step reinforces your commitment to transformation. Another effective tool is to visualize resistance as a temporary obstacle, rather than a final destination. Imagine doubt as a passing cloud in the sky of your mind. It may darken the horizon for a moment, but the sun always shines again. The more you focus on the light, your goals, your new identity, your dreams, the less power that doubt will have. And remember, every successful person has gone through moments of insecurity and fear. The difference is that they chose to keep going. In addition, Proctor emphasized the importance of surrounding yourself with people who raise your energy and belief. The influence of your environment is crucial to strengthening your prosperous mindset. If you are around people who doubt, complain, or have a limited mindset, your progress will be more difficult. Look for groups, courses, books, and mentors who reinforce your journey. In the next section, we will explore how you can create a simple but powerful action plan to transform this new mindset into concrete results in your financial life. This will give you the structure to act and not just dream. From thought to action, a practical plan for financial success. Now that you know how to change your mind, reprogram your subconscious, maintain the frequency of wealth, and deal with internal doubts, it's time to put all of this into practice. Bob Proctor always reinforced, knowledge only becomes power when you act. Therefore, creating a simple and clear action plan is essential to transform your thoughts into real results. Start by listing 3 daily actions that are aligned with your new prosperous mindset. It can be as simple as studying about finances for 30 minutes, saving a fixed amount each week, or contacting a person who can open doors to opportunities. Now write in the comments what your 3 actions are to start today. This helps to create commitment and makes you accountable for your progress. In addition, it is important to set realistic but challenging goals and review your progress weekly. Bob Proctor said that constant review helps you adjust the course and stay focused. Don't expect perfection from yourself, but don't let procrastination take over. Remember, every small victory is a giant step towards your ultimate goal. Another crucial point is to invest in your personal development. Courses, mentoring, reading, all of this broadens your vision, strengthens your confidence, and opens your mind to new possibilities. You don't need to know everything right now, but you need to be open to always learning. Finally, Celebrate your achievements, no matter how small they are. Gratitude for your evolution keeps your vibration high and attracts even more prosperity. And never forget, you are already rich because the greatest wealth is within you, in your mind, in your heart, in your faith. If you like this content and want to continue on this journey to transform your financial life, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. In the next videos, we will delve even deeper into the secrets of the millionaire mind and the practical tools for you to become the person you've always dreamed of.